Hey everyone, and welcome to Mary's Chit Chat. Today is February the 6th, 2026. I've done this about 5 or 6 different times, and each of those times I said, right, I'm not doing it again, and I'm not deleting it, and each time I've deleted it. But right, that is it. No more. So, as I say, it's Friday the 6th of February 2026, and I put up a video. Sorry, I'm looking for my slipper. I put up a video about 3 weeks ago talking about YarnnYarn's 12 cast ons and how I was participating in it to try and uh, try something new. You know what I mean? Something to get the old juices flowing. And it has, I have to admit, it has got my juices flowing, and it has made me, what's the best way of putting it? More proactive in what I'm doing and think about more what I plan on doing. What I decided to do was, if you don't know about the Yarn and Yarn, it's Anne, she's from England. If you don't know uh, what the 12 cast ons are, I'll tag somewhere, whatever, and you'll be able to look and see. But bottom line is, you cast on 12 things, and what most people seem to do is from December to the end of January, they cast on 12 items. And they can be, sorry, slow down now. What the 12 items can be, they can be anything crochet, it can be crochet, knit, spinning, needlepoint, any craft. And you don't have to cast it on between December and January, the end of January. You can cast on one at a time and be part of it and whatnot. It's just supposed to, for me, it's to give me a bit of accountability and uh, for me to see what I'm doing, when I'm doing it, how long I'm doing it, how long it's taken me to do it, that type of thing. Where most people have cast on 12 different items, maybe socks, shawls, this, that, whatever, a jumper, a cardigan. I've kind of put mine in 12 different categories of things. For example, one category is DK socks, another category is finger and weight socks. So that's kind of how I've done my trusty notebook here. Because I don't know why I struggled to cast on 12 things. If you can hear that there, that's my tumble dryer going. I don't know. It's not that I struggled to cast on 12 different items because I didn't. For whatever way my brain works, I needed to put them in a category. So I knew, right, okay, that falls into that and that falls into that. And that's the way it works for me. So categories 1, 2, and 3 are all socks. Um, Category 1, because if you've been here sporadically through the years, you have noticed that I love to knit socks, and my girls love to wear the socks that I knit. Um, they actually prefer them over any other socks that I've bought, to the point of the two of them are away tonight to the concert. What the hell? I can remember the name of it. It's not Veronica. Florence and the Machines. Would that be it? That might be it. Um, and they're away with odd socks on, but the odd socks are odd knitted socks. Yeah, the more that they wear odd socks. Anyway, so for me, 1, 2, and 3 is socks. One is DK or fingering weight socks. I'm just glancing down at my notes there. The second is DK socks, and the third is we as a family were touched with cancer last year. Very close for somebody who loved. Thankfully, now touch wood, she's fine. They've got it. Still going through treatment, etc., etc. But there's a doctor in England who looks, or she's a knitter, and again, I'll try and link this doctor as well. And it socks for Marie Curie. Marie Curie is if you're not from the UK, is a charitable organisation that help people with cancer. Their flower is the daffodil. So the doctor asks for yellow knit socks, and she then gives them out to cancer patients. So my intention this year is I would like to, by the I think it's maybe September, October, socks have to be sent to the doctor by, is to have minimum 6 pairs. That's my hope. Um, so as I say, 1, 2, and 3 are my socks. 4, 5, and 6, or 4 and 5 are a mixture of between 4 is hats, right? So we're going for, I'm telling you what my 12 is. I'm really messing this up, but bear with me. 4 is hats, so any singular hat I knit will fall into my category of hats. 5 is hat and cowl set, or hat and scarf set, or hat and shawl set, because I have balls of yarn up the stairs where it's a 150-gram ball. I can do a Ross hat using 60 grams of the yarn, and then can get a nice cowl and whatnot. So to me, then that meant then I would be doing those two things together as one. 6 and 7, I've decided I had showed you the hibernation blanket that I'd been doing, scrapped it because it was like picked up and screwed up the pattern, lost the rag with it, changed my mind with it, and started just a plain knit blanket. It's using not scrap wool, it's using wool from, I done a swap with lovely Ali in Canada. So that, as I say, 6 is a plain stockinette. I can never get that right if it's stockinette or garter. Just knitting every ruddy row, so that's what it is. Number 7, same yarn, different pattern, is a corner to corner blanket that I'm knitting. So that 6 and 7 is 2 knitted blankets that'll probably take me a year to do. So they're going to be definitely ongoing. 8 is any crochet blanket that I decide to do, and the crochet blankets that I'm going to be doing for this particular number 8 are going to be on the bigger side. They're going to be more bigger than lap gown. You know, it'll be something, you know, sitting in the house and you throw over your legs or whatever, or throw over. So it'll be bigger than lap gown. 9 is a multitude of different things that can fall into the scrappy side of what I plan to do. So even though I'm doing the 2 blankets using, well, it's not scrap yarn, so it's Advent yarn. But 9, I've got a scrappy project of bits of yarn that I have knit up into a cowl that are going to be in that section. 10 is going to be any baby blankets, and it's going to be a blankets for the cats. Pardon me, because believe it or not, anybody that's been here for a while will know that we have 3 cats. There's one you haven't seen for a while. Do you see him? There's Henny. Henny, that one there, ginger one, is 14. Fred is 18, and Rosie is 8. And they're all as happy as Larry. So they only, or Fred is the one that likes a blanket that I have made. But Fred will only lie on a knitted blanket. You can put a crochet blanket underneath it for spongy, because Fred has a thyroid issue and he has skin and bone and he eats like a ruddy horse. But he only will physically lie on the knitted blanket. So that would be number 10, would be any baby blanket that I make, and any blanket for the likes of Fred. Number 11, I love knitting shawls. I love knitting shawls, or kerchiefs, or, you know, stuff like that. So that's number 11. And 12 is a multitude of things. So 12 is mitts, cowls, neck kerchiefs. I'm going to be doing some. We have a wee family member that one is just about to turn 2 here in a couple of months, and the other one's just about to turn 1. And I'm Mimi. Call me Mimi, and Michael's my. Oh, we don't, but they love these 2 wee girls. They love their babies, so I want to knit some wee baby rectangulars, you know, to tuck their babies into their prams. So that's going to be a whole multitude is going to be in number 12. That may not have made an ounce of bloody sense to anybody, but it makes sense to me in my tism head. So I'm basically going to show you what I'm going to do this time. You can watch or not watch, because I'm going to show you everything that I've done, and I'm then going to tell you what I'm going to touch in February and what I'm going to set to the side, because you can't work on everything and you don't see the progress. And then I'll change it in February. I'll keep some things the same. Right, you know what? I'm just going to tell you. I don't mean that I'm holding a secret or any of that nonsense. And that'll put on a brand. Wasn't that good? You nearly didn't get that version. So my February makes are going to consist of any of my socks, because I can't not do socks. So I'm going to be working on any fingering weight sock that I want, or any of my Marie Curie socks, or any of the DK socks. Then I'm going to work on one of the knitted blanket, and that's going to be the stockinette one. So socks count as one. What I'm doing is taking everything and dividing it by 4 as in a quarter, because it's a quarter of the year. That made more sense when I was thinking about it, because now it doesn't make sense, because that would mean then that I would work on the same stuff January, February, March. No, I'm just going to pick 4 or 5 things I'm going to work on. This is, you know what? See, when you sit, when you do you ever just sit and think, oh, I'm going to do that, and then once you verbalize it, it sounds absolutely daft. Now, I don't know if it's an age thing, or it's a menopause thing, or if it's just, yes, it's probably just a me thing. Right, so anyway, Chit-Chat, Mary, Chit-Chat, Mary. So, any sock, one of those blankets, one crocheted thing. Don't know which one it's going to be. It probably will. Yes, I do. That's a lie. It's going to be a blanket that I'm going to show you. That's going to my Katie Diddles, the one I'm going to make the wee baby blankets for. So that's 1, 2. That's 3, and then I have 2 patterns that I'm working on at the minute, and I will do one of them till it's finished, and then if I finish that pattern, then I start the other one. So does that kind of make sense? And see if it doesn't. It doesn't really matter, because it makes sense in my head. So I'm going to show you what I've got, right? So here we go. I'm really going to show you a little bra there. You wouldn't want to see that. So this is the first. I have no fingering weight socks on the needles. Shock horror, I know. For the house, as in here, at the minute. So I need to cast on a pair. But what I do have on the needles are my Marie Curie socks. And these are from Wool Warehouse. I think I told you the last time that was waiting for yarn to come, and this was one of them. So this was the Wool Warehouse Superwash Merino. That's back to front. I don't know if it's back to front. I'll wait and see when I watch it. And I've done a wee pop of green and yellow. Somebody's going to. So, because as I say, the green part of the daffodil and the yellow part of the daffodil. So that's one of them. Where the heck did the other one go? And there's the other one. And what I'm planning on doing is I'm going to do about a 70 on the leg. I'll do the heel flap and gusset, and then I'll do whatever's left on both socks. I don't know what size of foot is going to be till such times as I finish them. And then we'll take it from there. So that's sock number 1. I am doing really absolutely pathetic at this, but I don't care, because it's supposed to be a bit of fun. And the reason why I started doing this years ago was so that my girls would be able to watch these back and go, Mum, you're a lunatic. And yeah. So these are my DK socks, and these are for Marion. Marion wanted slouchy socks. So first DK sock, I think the last time I showed you just a wee bit of a cuff and a wee bit of a cuff. So I've done all that, and I think I'm ready to turn the heel. So I'll do my heel. I'm not ready to turn the heel. I'm ready to do a heel flap and gusset on the sock. So that's that. And this is just using 2 strands of any fingering weight yarn that I have. I have a pile of it. So that's what I'm doing with that. And I'll continue doing DK socks till such times as I run out of scraps like that. I'm also making DK socks for my brothers, but I'll show you one pair then. I have 2 pairs of finished socks. That was my Marie Curie one. Then I've got, yes, a Musselburgh hat on the go. I'm loving knitting this. Oh, I think the last time I showed you it was there. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? And this yarn is from a beautiful Canadian dyer. You know I love me a bit of Canada. I used to live in Canada. Ravelution. And this is Cardinal Song. And I'll link as well. Isn't that beautiful? I have this. I've got this to do in socks as well, and I've got another one called, I don't remember the name, but that is coming along nicely. What else? Hat and Cowl. This is what I'm talking about. Is these? I have 150-gram balls. This is King Cole. There's a Ross hat. There's the Cowl started, which the Cowl will just be, oh, let me untangle it here, you know, plain knitting, and then it's the same amount of stitches as the Ross hat, and then cast it off, and then there'll still be piles in that 150-gram ball left, and I'll make like a wee kerchief, so it's like, and all that will be going as well. That'll not be kept at home. Let me see. Hat and Cowl. Yep, this is my plain knit blanket, and this is, as I say, done with all sock yarn, a couple of 100 stitches. This is going to be for me, because even though it's fingering weight, oh my gosh, see when you put a fingering weight wool blanket over you, it's as warm as anything. So that's the fingering weight one of that, and then this is the one that's going up. That's the one I'm going to continue to work on, and there's the corner to corner one started. I think at the minute I just need more things plain knitting, and only a couple of things complicated, if that makes sense. My corner to corner, my crochet blanket that I have started, and this again is a corner to corner miter, and this is for the house. And I'm just adding, I have 1 skeins of Bernat Super Saver, that I've had for years. When I done swaps with people throughout the years, and my lovely friends have sent me some stunning yarn over the course of I don't want to say my knitting career and my crochet career. I only started crocheting because my mum passed away, and she had been in a residential home, and I spent an awful lot of time with her. She had Alzheimer's, and then when she passed away, I didn't know how to occupy myself, so I started crocheting. I've been able to knit since primary 5 here, which would be about, what age? What age? If you're 11 when you're in P7, so maybe about 9. I remember knitting my first pencil case, and it was red and white. And my grandmother was a knitter, and bringing it down and showing it to her. But she was an old bitch, and there was a hole in it, and she told me it was crap. Look at me now. Well, she's in heaven. Well, no, here maybe she's not, because only the good go to heaven. Um, so I've been knitting since then, and I knit my now 40-year-old niece when she was younger. I knit her a cardigan or a sweater, a jumper, and I hand sewed. I don't know what they call that, but I hand sewed with yarn a tiger's face on it. And I had knit, if anybody remembers years ago, there was like a jumper, and it had a dinosaur's face on it. Maybe it still have the patterns now. And then you had the wee spikes of the dinosaur going down the arm for the boys. And I knit my nephew, and he will be coming 40 soon. I knit him that. So, knitting for a long time, bitches. So that's yeah, I don't know where I was going with that. Don't know. So anyway, scrappy projects. That was a crocheted blanket. Scrappy projects are the likes of this. I have been knitting on this. Again, I'm calling it a Doctor Who. This is going to be whatever length I decide it's going to be, and I'm going to close it up however way I'm deciding I'm going to close it up. I'm taking maybe about 10, 5, whatever. Carla May, they were your socks. Yeah, of yarn that I have made socks with in the last wee while, and that I come across it. That there uh, is the zebra from Attic Spin Dye, something awareness. And then that's the socks. I just literally have got to show you to finish. And this is brain fart, can't remember. So as I say, there's scrap projects. So some of the projects can multiple. Some of them are just whatever the hell I say they are, because it's me that's doing them. Baby blanket. This is a baby blanket for our Katie Doodles. And this is in Bernat blanket. I made her little sister Chloe one in like I think it was Shades of Lilac Chloe's ones. This is just one ball. It's got 70 odd chains, and then you have double crochet in it across. I'm on the second blanket, number 9 crochet hook. I could finish that the night if I decided, but I'll finish it over the weekend and get to them. So that's the baby blanket. Shawls. I don't know if this is classed as a shawl. Let's see. This is Stay Toasty. Well, it's Stay Toasty scarf, but it's going to be a bit bigger. And this is definitely Fluff Fibers yarn, but I don't have the ball band. But look, isn't that gorgeous? It's beautiful. So I'm just going to go. There's the ball. This is DK. I'm going to go till I have 50 grams, and then I'm going to decrease using a 3.5. It's actually quite dense, but I know it's going to soften up. But it's dense because of I should have used a bigger needle, but I didn't want to, and I didn't want to change and rip it out because I thought it's absolutely stunning. So this is one of the ones when I say pattern that I will go and do, which I probably will do the Stay Toasty. No, I'm not. I know what one I'm going to do. I'm going to do this one. This is Ruth from Ruth Loves to Knit is doing where she's not advertising. She's showcasing dyers, not dyers. She's showcasing designers. And this is the Hillsborough Cowl by Woollen Knots. This lady is a Northern Irish designer. And again, this is a cowl. There's a matching shawl, which I probably will do at some point as well. this cowl is done again with similar scraps to the two blankets. Not scraps, part of an advent mirror. So this is the one I plan on continuing to do. Let me show you. I'm continuing to do this till I've got it long enough, and then I will go on and do the. So that's the Hillsborough one. I'll then go on for the rest of the month and do the Stay Toasty. Is that what I call that? Yeah, the Stay Toasty. And then that way, I'm going to maybe only do 2 patterns, or have 2 patterns going at once, because I struggle. And I know it's with menopause. Answer me a question, folks. Those of you who have been through menopause. When you started going through menopause, and I think I'm closer to the further a good way down the road, let's put it that way. Did you find that everything just went? For example, I never had high blood pressure, menopause. I never cholesterol, menopause, diabetes, menopause. And I've been a big girl all my life, but nothing. The amount of medication I'm on at the minute, you could shake me and I'd rattle. And I swear by everything that's holy that it's menopause. So that covers, see that, and then brain farts. And then you try to say something and what you're trying to say doesn't make sense. And you hope to goodness that whoever's on the other side of you that you're trying to say it to, it makes sense to. And then when you don't, it doesn't make sense, and you know you're getting, not, pardon me, just blank looks, but blank thoughts. You go, I'm sorry, my menopause just. So, as I say, shut up, Mary. Now is what you're saying. So that's basically everything. That's all the 12. So I've got 12 categories as such. That's where I'm at. Now, finished objects for the month of January are as follows. I had said that I'm doing DK socks for my brothers. I have 4 older brothers. I'm the baby of the family. That's not true. I have 5 older brothers. For those of you who have watched me more than a while, I am adopted, and I found out recently that I have another brother, and he's older, and I probably am maybe going to meet him soon. I don't know how I feel right now about it, but I know he wants to meet, so yeah, scary stuff. So yeah. Don't know why I said that there. So, but I do, but because it's the truth, and I'm not going to pretend I don't. I do. I now have. It's weird calling somebody you don't know your brother. That's the only strange thing. So yeah. Anyway, okay. But these are for my alley. These are knit in. Let me see. And alley is the one that's just above me. Let me see. The brother that's just above me, I should say. These are DK knit on 3.5 needles, cast on 48, 15 rows of 1.5, 1.5, 1 by 1 red. I done 15 and then 55 in the leg. I have partridge, heel flap and gusset, heel flap. The yarn is, what is the yarn? Yeah. And I bet you threw the tag away. Oh no, yeah, I must have done. And there I thought I had done so well and I had kept everything, but I really didn't. So anyway, that's Ali's socks. So I've socks to do for Ali, and I've already done my nephew a pair. Everything was supposed to be done. These all were supposed to be done for Christmas. but I took a frozen shoulder last year for a long time. It's not 100% better, but it's getting better. So these all were see, benched. So I've got some to make for my other brothers too, and I've got to make Ken and my other nephew some as well. So that was them, and then so that was one pair of DK socks that got finished. I then also got these pattern croy socks finished. These are patterns croy, vanilla socks, 2.25. I didn't write down the name, Jack something, turquoise something. I actually started a Ravelry page, so I'll link my Ravelry page. I'm telling you, one day I will get all my yarn on my Ravelry page. It might take me a year to go through it all. So I'll link the name if you're looking, but they're lovely, and I love Patton's Cry. It's a workhorse yarn, and a lot of people say that it's not as fingering, it's more a sport, and they are as dense as get out. You know, you would nearly think that they were felt. I probably should have went up needle size, but I don't. I just love working that, and these are for whoever gets them first. Me, Marion, or Rebecca. Michael likes the DK socks, so he does. So he says I only have one pair, so I gotta make him some more. So that's my only two finished objects. Other than that, I had said to you that I had stuff that was coming in for the socks, for the Marie Curie socks. I can't remember. I don't know. You know what? I maybe shocked myself and not as I look down here and look for this. Where the is that it? Is that it? I'm looking for the tag for the Marie Curie socks because I'm not sure if this is the same as the other one. Where the guy not here, but right in front of me, I'm a dad. Yes. So these are the same. They're the same as the last ones. So this is the yarn that came in for me to do the 6 pairs of socks that I plan to do for the Marie Curie. This is another, I think this might be either sunflower or mustard. So that's one of them. I'm telling you, see if you're still here. Then we have 2 of these I got as well. So I've got 4 balls in total to start me off for the yellow ones. And this is again superwash merino sock. That's is nearly like a dirty yellow. SK172 is the shade and a dye lot 2. But that's not as, no, it's not as bright as that. It's more, it's lighter. That's why my light is. Then these were on sale, and these were Christmas. I don't know what they are. I can't remember in terms of colours. And I would wear a Christmas sock any time of the year. So that there is merino sock Yarnsmith. I am absolutely crap at this. 2G800-02. These are great value and they wear really well. This yarn, I think, and especially if you can get it on sale. And that's the other one, the other Christmas one, and I think that was like you couldn't beat it. £4 for sock yarn, and it's 75% merino, 25% nylon. You know, so couldn't beat it with a big horse. The other thing that came as well, as I said to you, that I was doing some DK socks for the boys. I got that yarn, that grey yarn is Fiesta. Can't remember the colour. To make it up for the free postage, because I think I'd only like £3 to make up, and then if I didn't make it up, then it was going to cost me whatever it was. So it was cheaper just to get some bottles of Drops Fiesta. Not working tonight. I apologize. I'm sounding like, and it takes about Doesn't take 150, it takes about maybe 100, no, 150. It takes about 60 grams for each of my socks. So I can use then the rest, like the grey, that grey I can use, I can put either the toe of what, you know what I mean? I can use what ends I have for a toe, etc., etc. So this is Drops Fiesta, that's pretty true to colour. It's like a royal blue. It is colour 9, dye lot 2103. Not that you might care what the dye lot is. And it is, let me see, superwash treated sock wool. All it says. It says 4mm needle, but I do it in a 3.5. I thought it would have. I thought it says somewhere on it. Superwash treated. So I've got that colour, and then I got like that lighter blue as well. So you know, I could end up, you know, cuffs, and so that is that. Last thing, folks, if you're still here, if you're foolish enough still to be here, I wasn't sure. There was two clubs that I was looking at, because I'm sure, like a lot of people, and I'm more than aware that in this day and age, you know, there's not an awful lot of spare cash floating around. Listen, I'm the same, but I don't go out and buy myself anything. I don't treat myself to this, that, and the other. And that was all this year, you know, sort of. I deserve it. So I wasn't sure which uh there was two dyers that I absolutely love. I shouldn't say there's two dyers. There's more than two dyers that I absolutely love. Both of them. One's a dyer from here, another one's an English dyer. And it was a total toss up, and that was literally what I'd done to see which one I was going to continue with, because I can't afford to do both. So got both of them in, so to show you both of their yarns, um, and then I tossed a coin. So the first one is Dye Candy. Dye Candy is a dyer here in Northern Ireland. These socks are from her. What the heck is it? My Little Pony range. She's got a new sock thing, or new thing from, and it's My Little Pony. And this is her Rainbow Dash remix. It's on 75 superwash merino, 25% nylon, 425 meters, and bam! And it's beautiful. It is stunning. So you can tell why I had to toss a coin, because you know I'm a bore bag. I wear the most boring of neutralist, plainest colours. But damn it, folks, I love a funky sock. Can you tell? So that was Dye Candy. And as I say, I'll link underneath where you can get in contact with me. And then this is Unseen Yarns. Like, look. And for her, this is the Moth Club. Now, anybody that knows me knows that I'm petrified of moths, but I don't know why I was drawn to it. And that this moth is after the lime hawk moth. This is what this is dyed uh, with the lime hawk moth in mind. And oh my gosh, it's beautiful. It's 4-ply sock, merino nylon, superwash, 425. And that's the wee card that came with it. That's the colours that they're showing, and absolutely beautiful. And there's a wee thing there about the lime moth. Then you get this lovely. I don't know anything about these. What are they called? Crystal type things. My Marion is going to take this. She hasn't seen it yet. She hasn't seen it, so that's why it's still here, or it would be up in her room. Came with it, and then a lovely wee stitch marker and sticker. So that's what I done. I flipped a coin because, as I say, I just couldn't decide because the two of them in their own right are absolutely funky and beautiful and uh you know what I mean, and it was just I just didn't know what to do, so I didn't. So the one that won, I'd say won because well I won because I'm the one that's getting it, is Unseen Yarn. So they are, I'll continue with that and get that monthly because I just thought, and I'm sure a lot of you at the minute and in the world are also thinking, you know what, fuck it. We all need a bit of happiness somewhere along the way because there's that much. Oh, I'm not quiet when it comes to that type of stuff. I'm quite vocal. And some things I just, yeah. If you aren't forward thinking, if you aren't pro 99.9% of stuff in the world, don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you. Because I'm pro all of that, and each to their own in a lot of ways too. But anyway, right, so that's what I'm doing. Did I decide the four things I was going to be doing? More importantly, the four things that I'm going to do is any sock that takes my fancy. One, the Hillsborough one, and then the plain knit. Was that it? Was that's four? Was it? And then the crocheted baby blanket for Katie Doodles. So that's mine. 41 minutes of me talking utter nonsense. Folks, I don't know where in the world you're watching this from, but I just hope that you can be as happy as you can be, that you can find some sort of happiness and some sort of good in the world at the minute because here, listen, we all need it. We all, and if you can't make it, make something, a smile to somebody, something, I mean, a way of, we need to spread a bit of happiness because I'll be damned that there's so much going on that would make you just want to close your doors and pull your curtains and just pretend that life is just crud because it's just nuts at the minute. But I hope, and I hope and I pray for each of you that um you're as happy as you can be. I hope that you're whoever's watching. All right, Sharon. I don't think you only watch me, darling, don't you? That's my Shaz that I used to work with. Um, I hope that you all just find some level of happiness and find some good in the world. Okay, so enjoy whatever crafting you're doing. Take it easy. If you can't be good, at least be good at it. We all know we're good at our crocheting and our knitting and our this and our that and the other. And find some joy. Okay, take it easy, and I'll be back. I might be back before the end of the month to show you what my update is, but we'll see what happens. Okay, take it easy. Good night. God bless.